trading. We specialize in helping high salary earners and CEOs get consistent returns in the stock market using a simple trend following strategy in just 60 minutes a week. All right, so today I'm going to take you through the 5 best stocks that we are currently looking at for 2023. So do keep note and keep these stocks on your watch list. And now, as I go through the analysis, I'll explain exactly why these stocks are high on my watch list right now. So let's begin. So you can see the chart we have up. Before we actually have a look at the stocks, we're going to first have a look at the S&P 500, because the S&P is what we look at to get an idea where the market is actually going. So if the S&P is moving up, we tend to take long positions, but if the S&P is moving down, we take bearish positions. But if the S&P is moving sideways, then we want to stand aside. So let's have a look and see what the S&P is doing right now. So the top left-hand chart is the monthly time frame here, the one with the blue ring around it, and the top right hand chart is the weekly time frame, and the long chart you see stretched along the bottom. December is looking weak at the moment. Price is still in this correction. This correction is still in play. So this correction began in January this year, so pretty much the whole of the year has been bearish. And do take note, because as we have seen a bearish S&P for the whole year, we are going to keep an eye on stocks which are outperforming the S&P. So these stocks have actually been moving up while the S&P has been moving down. So these are reasons why these stocks are actually on our watch list, high on the watch list. So the S&P has been down, so from the high to the current price is 21%. So 21% from the high, and still inside this level of resistance. So this green line is last year's high at $4,808, and we have last year's low at $3,663. So major resistance and major support. And if you go down to the weekly, the bars are currently grey. If you look at the high, this is the high from January, we can see consistent lower highs and also consistent lower lows. So we're starting to see weakness once again, and the next obvious level of support is the weekly 200 simple moving average. Price may not make it that far, but if it does, then this is the next level of support. So as long as this low isn't broken, so this low from October, as long as price doesn't break down below this low at $3,490, this is just still a correction, and we are anticipating a continuation to the upside. And on the daily time frame, the trend filter is red here. Price is below the 20, 50, and 200 simple moving averages. So again, we can see price has been moving down for the whole year. And this is the correction. So normally in the correction, so if you look at the trend, when we see a trend, we tend to see no overlap. So when price moves up and pulls back, it doesn't overlap for the previous high and low. So as you can see, we have a nice smooth trend to the upside. But if you look at this correction, we can see a lot of overlap. So price has performed some deep swings against the move down. So we've seen some nice big swings, and then continuation to the downside. Again, a nice big swing against the trend, and a nice continuation to the downside. So this is characteristics of a correction. So this is why we're anticipating an eventual resumption of the long-term bull trend. So as mentioned, the S&P has been down for the whole of the year. So we are just looking at stocks which have been moving up from January instead of moving down, because when the S&P starts to show signs of bullishness once again, those stocks which are actually looking bullish when the S&P is bearish are going to perform really well. So let's look at the first stock. We've actually got positions in this. We've had it for some of the positions over a year, and the first chart is for McKesson. So McKesson is looking bullish, as you can see. So if you look at the candle for January, this is January. So remember, the S&P was heading down from January. This has been moving up. So from the open of January, price has moved up to the current price, approximately 54%. So remember, the S&P down 21%, and McKesson is up 54%. Again, this is the obvious reason why this stock is high on the watch list. So if I just mark out this area of consolidation, so we had consolidation from May 2015, and this whole area. So price was in a really long-term period of consolidation. The longer the period of consolidation, the bigger the move in the direction of the breakout. So when we had a breakout from this high back from May 2015, we had a breakout this or last December, so a year ago. Price consistently moved to the upside. We had a nice impulsive move at the start, but looking at the candles, the momentum has started to slow down. We've started to see some reversal candles and some bearish candles along the way. But what's obvious is price has consistently been moving to the upside. Currently, we have an indecision candle in play for December. Last month, we had a reversal candle, so this is signs that the momentum may be slowing down, and we may even see a reversal because this has been a big move. So it's likely that price has started to become exhausted. But the reason why we want to keep this on the watch list because it has performed really well in the past and likely to perform really well going forward. If we go back further in time before this area of consolidation, we had this move. So if we look at the low from November 2008 and measure it to the high of May 2015, that's a move of 790%. And that was a very smooth looking trend. So this stock definitely trends really well. It does tend to trend, then it forms long periods of consolidation, but when it trends again, we should anticipate a strong move in the direction of the breakout. So the weekly is looking strong as well still. So as you can see, the trend started off smooth here. So this period, nice clean move to the upside. Following that period, we had another section here. So this is where price started to slow down from May 2022. So you can see some deep pullbacks along the way. Here, the bars remain green, so a nice strong trend. And when we see grey candles, it's signs that we are seeing a deep correction or an area of consolidation. So here, currently, if I just remove these drawings on the chart so we can see the price. Currently, price is in consolidation. So from this high in October, price has started to consolidate and we're now just anticipating another breakout. $400 is just above, and this is currently acting as a psychological level of resistance. And on the daily time frame, again, clear trend to the upside. Again, this is where price started to slow down in momentum. And here we can see the bars turning from green to grey to red. So when we have red candles on a daily time frame in a bull trend, that's extra emphasis that we are seeing deep corrections and areas of consolidation. So this is where we started to see the momentum slow down. So right now, price is in an area of consolidation, and today's candle forming a reversal candle at the moment, but let's see how the day closes. But we can ignore individual candles because price is in consolidation. We're just waiting for a break and close above the November 4th high, which is at $401. A break and close above this level will confirm a continuation to the upside. And by the way, if there are any questions along the way, feel free to message in the chat and I will answer all of your questions. And so let's look at so this is stock number 1. So McKesson is stock number 1. Let's look at stock number 2 now, Progressive. So let's compare this to the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 was bearish from January. So this is this candle here. So January has been up. This stock has been up since January. So again, outperforming the index. And price has moved up so far at 23%. So remember, the S&P was down 21%, and this stock is up 23%. Not as good as McKesson, but still progress. And so overall, this stock is heading to the upside. We are seeing a bearish December, which is pretty much the case across the board. And if we go down to the weekly time frame, the trend filter here is currently grey. So again, remember, when the bars turn grey, we're either seeing a deep pullback or an area of consolidation. It's become quite choppy. If we look at this section here, so between November 2016 and November 2018, so this 2-year period, majority of the bars were green, so we had a nice smooth trend. But following this high in November 2018, we started to see some grey and red candles. So this is clear that we are seeing deep corrections along the way. So we want to use the trend filter to allow us to easily identify when we are seeing deep corrections and areas of consolidation. So this was quite choppy from November 2018. We're starting to see less red candles, but still seeing some green candles, some grey candles, sorry. This is from January 2022. So this gives us an indication that price is starting to build momentum back up again, and we may start to see a linear bullish trend form. On the daily time frame, the trend filter is currently red. So here bars have been green, grey and red, so clearly indicating some deep corrections. And during the trend, we only want to see price interact, well, on the daily time frame, we want to see price interact with the 20 and 50 simple moving averages. This stock has used the 20 and 50, but the 20 has been moving above and below the 50, so that's another indication that we are not seeing a linear trend in play. And we can also see prices also use the 200 simple moving average during this trend. So not the best looking chart in terms of trend on the daily time frame, but comparing it to the S&P 500, this stock is performing well. So when the S&P starts to show signs of bullishness once again, we're likely to see stocks such as Progressive build up momentum and form linear trends going forward. So this is why I want to keep this stock on my watch list along with McKesson. Just going to double check if there's any questions. Remember, if you have any questions, I will be looking at the screen, so feel free to type any questions you have right now, and I'll take a look at after each stock. Okay, so we've had a look at McKesson now, and we've had a look at Progressive, which are both showing signs of bullish momentum. So the next stock on the list is AmerisourceBergen. So starting with the monthly time frame, just look at the history of this chart. Very nice, smooth, linear trends. So we can identify this trend between March 2009 and July 2011. We can see how many nice large size bullish candles there were along the way up. Even if we go further back, we can see this period here. So between March 2005 and April 2006, nice bullish move here. And of course here, September 2012, all the way up until April 2015. So this performs really well. We did have a long period of consolidation, which is to be expected when we have long-term trends in play. Price will eventually become exhausted until we see the next leg of the new trend. And then if I just highlight this area of consolidation, so this is from April 2015. If I just highlight this whole area, then we had price struggle to break through between April 2021 and November 2021. Then we had a breakout December 2021, and prices continued to move to the upside. Not yet seeing a strong move similar to what we have seen in the past. But remember, the S&P has been down. So when we have bullish stocks, when the S&P is down, they may not move that well. But once the S&P starts to form bullish trends again, once the S&P starts to form bullish trends again, once the S&P starts to form bullish trends again, these are one of the stocks which are likely to perform really well and will be high on the watch list. So this month's candles, actually, let's first look at the candle for January. This is the candle here. So this is January. So this stock has moved up since January to the current price, 27%. This is compared to the minus 21% we saw for the S&P 500. So this stock is performing well at the moment, but forming this reversal candle for December. So we may see a slowdown in momentum. We may start to see a reversal or even an area of consolidation. But let's see how the candle closes for December so that we can get a clear idea where price may head next. Bring up the weekly time frame now. On the weekly time frame, the trend filter is green. Price is above the 50 and 200 simple moving averages. So here's the start of 2022. price has been moving up. There was this area of correction, so price started off well, declined to the 50 simple moving average, and then resumed the bullish trend. And on the daily time frame, the bars are currently grey, but above the 20, 50, and 200 simple moving averages. So we can see price consolidated from this high in April 2022. We had a breakout in November. And what we want to do when price breaks out of consolidation is wait for that retest of the resistance turn support. Price did that. It gapped down, retested this zonal area, and has now bounced from this zone and started to move back to the upside. So what we have to see to confirm a bullish trend continuation would be a break and close above this recent high from December 2nd at $174. So a break and close above this level will confirm a bullish trend continuation. Have a quick look. It's a bit quiet today. Normally there's a few questions, so if you have any questions you're waiting, feel free and I will get back to your questions. So we've had a look at 3 stocks now. The first one was McKesson, then we had the Progressive, and now we've looked at Amerisource Bergen. So next on the list, so 4th stock is Cigna. Clearly we can see on the monthly time frame this stock is in a long-term bull trend, and let's look at the candle from April this year. So this is January this year. And we measure it from the open of January to the current price, which is 44%. So nearly close to the McKesson move. So McKesson was around 54%, and this stock has moved up 44% from the start of the year, compared to 21% move down for the S&P 500. So this month's candle displaying this reversal candle at the moment, and last month we also saw a reversal candle. So price is clearly slowing down in momentum, but we have to look at the lower time frame to get an idea whether price is just finding support and likely to resume the bull trend, or whether we are likely to see a reversal. So on the weekly time frame, the bars are currently green, so nice clean looking trend here on this time frame and above the 50 and the 200 simple moving averages. And on the daily time frame, the trend filter is grey at the moment. Price is above the 20, 50 and the 200 simple moving averages. And what we can see here is price is using both the 20 and 50 simple moving averages as support along the way. Quite a choppy looking chart, because when we see the candles on the daily go from green to grey to red, it indicates an area of consolidation or a deep move against the trend. But from early October, the bars have mainly stayed green, still having some grey candles. So this is what we want to look for. We want to look for as few grey candles as possible and more green candles in a bull trend. So right now, this stock is performing well and has come down. Recent pullback has come down to the 20 simple moving average. So nice unconfirmed bullish flag formation. We're now waiting for a break and close above this recent high at $340 to confirm a bullish trend continuation. And the last stock for the day, so before I do that, let's just have a quick look at the chat box. Again, it's really quiet. Last stock for the day is Arch Capital Group on the monthly time frame. So looking at the candle for January this year, so this is January's candle, and price has moved up 40%. So the winner so far is McKesson, because it moves up quite a lot. But the stock is still looking strong. 40% moved to the upside from the start of the year and has continued to soar here. So we had an enormous candle for October, nice big bullish move, which broke out of this area of consolidation above this level. So this is a major level of resistance. We call it the monthly PIV 9 at $48. Price continued to move up through to November. And so far this month, we are seeing a bullish candle in play. On the weekly time frame, the bars are currently green, and this move has almost been it's almost looking like a vertical line. and prices above the 50 and 200 simple moving averages. So do bear in mind, when we see a really impulsive move such as this, do expect to see a pullback. Because price will never just move up in a straight line without pulling back. So if you do see a pullback, don't be alarmed. It's only natural that will happen. Price will come down to a level of support and likely bounce off that level if price is going to resume the bull trend. But right now, this stock is looking strong, and we have a bullish candle in play for this week. And looking at the daily time frame, the bars are currently green. Price is above the 20, 50, and the 200 simple moving averages. So this is the reason why we had such a large move in October. Price actually gapped up on October 28th. If I just zoom in, so we had a gap up. Price on October 27th, price closed at $51 and then opened the next day, trading day, at $55. Normally when price gaps up, we tend to see price fill the gap. It didn't in this case. Instead, we have continued to see higher highs and higher lows. And one interesting thing to note is price hasn't even pulled back to the 20 simple moving average. So price will usually pull back to the 20 because it's the closest moving average, but it hasn't even touched the 20 simple moving average, indicating that we are seeing a very impulsive move in play, and also reinforcing the fact that we are likely to see price pull back to either the 20 or the 50 simple moving average, or even just a round number. As for now, nice linear move in play, and as long as we continue to see a pattern of higher highs and higher lows, we should continue to see this trend really well. If I just go back to the weekly, so remember, the longer the period of consolidation, the bigger the move in the direction of the breakout majority of the time. And so far, we are seeing a strong move. This trend has only been in place since October, so we can expect many more months of moves of a trend to the upside. It's not guaranteed, but we're likely to see a long-term move. And remember, if we start to see bullish activity in the S&P 500, then stocks such as the ones I've gone through today are likely to perform really, really well. So let's just have a quick look back at the S&P 500. The S&P, so this is what we want to see to give us signs that we are resuming the bull trend. So if we look at the S&P, it has been down since the start of the year. So we want to see clear evidence that price has completed this correction and started to move to the upside. So first of all, let's draw on a trend line. So I'm going to draw it from the high of January the 4th this year and project it from the high of March 29th. And what we can clearly see is prices use this level, this trend line resistance, as an area of resistance multiple times. So the first occasion was in middle of August this year. And then we had a period here at the start of December and again in the middle of December. So clearly this is a strong level of resistance that price needs to break through to confirm a bullish trend continuation. So if we have a break above this trend line, we also want to see price would have likely moved above the 200 simple moving average. So with the trend line and the 200 simple moving average would be signs of a trend continuation. Apologies, let me just go. And also we want to see a move above the $4,000 round number. So the 4,000 would be first, and then these two levels of resistance. And then following that, we want to see a break above. If I just draw a line from this high. So we want to see a break above this recent high at the level of $4,104. If price can break above all these levels and the bars turn green, and that will be our signs that price is resuming the bull trend. Because right now, we may even see price take out this low from October 13th. If price takes out this low, then we're likely to see further moves to the downside. So let me have a quick look and see whether there are any questions. Okay, still no questions. So so there we have it. So those are the 5 stocks that we are keeping high on the watch list. We need to see the S&P clearly break through major levels of resistance, and then once it does, not only will those stocks I've looked at today resume their bull trend, but we're likely to see bullish breakouts across the board. So I'm going to end the live stream here. Hope you all enjoyed this analysis and can take a lot away from it. And hopefully you can add these stocks to your watch list if you are able to trade US stocks. We will also obviously update our watch list as time goes by, because these stocks might start to correct and form signs of weakness. So we will be doing more live streams and updating our list as time goes on. So yes, keep these stocks on your watch list and look out for our streams. You will need to, if you want to be alerted to all our streams, then follow us and like our page, and you'll be notified by email once we go live, each and every time we go live. So great. Thanks everyone for turning up this evening, wherever you are in the world. Some of you may be morning. But remember, follow us and look forward to seeing you all on our next live streams. Take care, everyone. See you later.